Hey, hi. Sorry, everything's shaking. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe video journal diary for February 13th, 2024. So we're going to be moving today to another spot. But I didn't do one of these yesterday because I was, I had a lot of things to do. And, I'm trying, my anxiety levels are kind of like weird right now. So I'm just kind of just trying to, relax and take in, some fresh air and walking the dogs. Yesterday, so what happened was, this is what happened. It was not good for me. Not in the mental sense, though. In the mental sense, I was fine. Like, I was cool, whatever. But in the physical sense, the stress and anxiety that I had been going through, it was affecting my health, Because I'm telling you, if you are triggered and you have a lot of stress and anxiety, it definitely affects your health. So I went to Walmart because I needed to upload some videos. And I figured, I'm going to get some ice and I'm going to get some things from there. And so I went there and I was just walking around and I walked by the pharmacy, because the pharmacy, they have that blood pressure cuff in there. And sometimes, I want to make sure everything's okay. So I go there and oh my goodness, everything was not okay. I was at stage 2 hypertension and I had to see the pharmacist and he's like, go to the emergency room. And I was just like, do I really have to? Because I don't want to go to the hospitals because that is a stressful place. Those places are not, especially if I'm having a high blood pressure, because I'm prone to extremely high blood pressure under stress. So he told me that, and I'm like, because usually in the past, when I went to the VA, they would take my blood pressure, and if it was like that, they're like, you can't leave right now. You have to stay here until, your blood pressure goes down. So, just lay down and relax. And so I know that's what they're going to do. So he's like, most likely they're going to probably do that for you too over at the other place. He's like, do you take medication? And I'm like, I take absolutely no pharmaceuticals. I'm doing everything naturally. So, he was like, oh, well, he's like, well, if you feel some sort of way, just go to the urgent care. And I was like, all right, because I didn't really want to make a big deal out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right. He's like, and I'm like, I think I also need a multivitamin. He showed me multivitamin. I got these. These are women's one a day. I don't know what company makes this, but I asked his opinion on a vitamin because I noticed also that my eyelids, like I feel the upper eyelids part right here, on occasion they pulsate, right? Some people say, oh, that's a spiritual sign. It could be, maybe. But I also like to look up the scientific reasoning of, sorry, babe, I kicked him on accident. The scientific reasoning of why that's happening, like, body functions. And, it might just be that I'm low on some magnesium or something. So I was just like, why don't I just get a vitamin? I can do a vitamin because I kind of read in here what's in here. And it doesn't look like there's too many added, it's kind of dark for me to read. It doesn't look like there's much added anything else except for the vitamins and the minerals. So, okay, sorry, I was reading it. So that's good because I'm not trying to have any kind of weird elements or ingredients in there that I can't pronounce it. I don't know what they are and why they're there, right? Okay. Another thing, so what else? So when I left there, I got everything together. I went to the car, I started unpacking everything, and then I saw a fire truck drive by. feel better. I don't know if everybody agrees, because, there's been some good and bad, right? But I feel better, and I feel like I can communicate well with firefighters. The only reason being is because I was a firefighter. So, and I was an EMT. So if I needed to talk to somebody, like, for the moment, I would feel like a firefighter, if they're not busy, of course. I feel that a firefighter would understand me a little bit more. And you know what? I was right. I took the dogs and we walked over to the fire truck. And I see a young guy, he's going in there, and I go, hey, I was like, hey, excuse me. And he looked, and I said, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And so he came, and I told him the situation, and a little bit of my background. And I'm like, what is there anything that you can suggest for me to do myself without having to go to any? And then all of a sudden, these two other guys come around, two other firefighters, and it was like he was older than the younger guy, but not old, though. He was younger than me, and another guy, and they were both younger than me. They were, I think they looked younger. I don't know. And then so the one stepped up, the one that was standing in the middle kind of stepped up and started speaking more. And I'm all, you're a veteran, right? He's like, yeah. Like I knew. So, and because the way he was talking to me, like he could see that I was struggling, right? He could see it. And he told me, look, just call us. It's okay. And I told him, but I'm at a camping. So he's like, it doesn't matter. He's all, we'll get another truck. We'll come to you. Don't worry. If you don't feel good, we're coming. We're going to come to you. He's like, we're going to be going back to the station and studying, because they were studying, their things. They have to. They do that when they... And he's like, if you need us, call us. We're going to come. And I was just like, all right. He made me feel better. I don't know if the blood pressure went down or anything, but he made me feel better. And then so I left and I came here, and I basically, I was just going to sit and relax and just watch some YouTube. And as I was scrolling, I'm working with Chica. And I don't want to give her away. I don't want her to be put down. I bought the shock collar and stuff like that. But when I went online, that Doggy Daddy guy came on. Yeah, Doggy Daddy. Okay. And so I watched a video, because I saw there was a video of aggression of the dog. And so like I watched that thing full through. And then so today when we went on our walk, I did, what he said on there, to distract her from whatever her attention is pointing, do the circle, whatever he was saying. Because you know what, that guy is good, And so, I'm trying. That's the best I can do. And then so I watched that video, and then, I'm feeling relaxed, And then so I'm scrolling, because I subscribed to the channel, because I'm like, you know what, this guy's good. I want to subscribe to the channel. And if something pops up that I think it will benefit me for Chica, I will, we'll watch it. And then I was scrolling. And it showed that he had got attacked or whatever. He had something going on in his life. And then I saw, and it was due to addictions, right? And so I'm thinking that one of the reasons that the blood pressure went up is because I am going through withdrawals from the THC CBD stuff. I think I'm at like 5 or 6 days now, though. So I don't actually feel like to go get it anymore, though. Like the first day I was like, oh man, maybe I should just go get one and have it on the side in case I need it. But then I stopped myself and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I didn't. And so I was watching his thing and all the supportive comments he was getting, because he admitted to he has a problem and all this thing. And That's the first thing to recovery, is knowing that you have a problem. Now, addictions can come in any form. It can come into drugs, alcohol, shopping, eating, you know, anything. An addiction is anything that takes you away from having a normal, healthy life. Cigarettes, pharmaceuticals, video games. Yes, even video games. So, and another, overworking, being someone who works too much. Those are all addictions. Okay. Somebody might go home and think, okay, you know, somebody who doesn't do drugs or alcohol or pills or anything, like, go home and say, I'm going to go home and I'm going to relax, do my thing, and under a lot of stress, you know, and then they go to the fridge and overeating. And that's a mask for whatever trouble. You don't need to go to the fridge and overeat. You don't need to go buy sugary things to make you feel better. If you want to feel better, do something active, take a walk, do some gardening, do some art or whatever, but don't eat. That can be an addiction. Another thing, you might feel sad, or, I'm just going to go somewhere and I'm just going to go shopping. That's also bad, because you're depleting your finances and all that stuff. It's not healthy for you, anything that takes you away from having a normal life. If you need to substitute your time with something because you're feeling a certain way, substitute your time with an activity, not something that will drain you. Don't do something that don't use a mask, basically, If you're a video game player, limit your time to a certain amount of days. If you are a person who was using shopping or something like that as a mask also, I also had that addiction, but the addiction was put upon me by my ex-husband, because I always lived like a menial life, like just meager. I did just get what I need. I live off just whatever exactly I need. I don't need anything extra. But when I married him, I guess, he was spoiled, and the mother always, gave whatever they wanted from him. And then I ended up getting used to that too, because when I wanted something, I just got it. And then, and that's not good. And when I separated from him, I still had that problem. Right? Like, I still wanted to go shopping, aside from drugs and alcohol and everything, because I had a lot of addictions, because I had a lot of abuse. So what I did to help me, and I kind of weaned myself off that, is, and I told this to somebody, because they told me that they got a problem with buying and shopping. I said, you know what I did? I would go to the Dollar Tree, and I would walk around there, and I would allow myself only one thing for $1. I would buy myself one thing, and then I would feel better. You know what I'm saying? And if I felt like I needed to do that again, I would just go and buy one thing for $1. And then after a while, it's like I see I'm collecting all these stupid $1 things, it's all garbage. And then I just eventually stopped. And so now I'm not really into like buying, on the road. Yes, I did. I would buy little things here and there that I thought were cute, that I knew I wasn't going to keep, that I was probably going to give it away to somebody. I did that. But now I'm going to stop that, because that's kind of like an addiction coming back. It's an addiction coming back because it's like a replacement, I think, because of, quitting something, right? So you don't want to go from one addiction to the other. If you're going to be addicted to something, be addicted to eating healthy, be addicted to exercise, right? Be addicted to like faith, right? Those are good addictions, if anything, right? Be addicted to self-love. Be addicted to finding your boundaries, right? Be addicted to reading, study. Yeah. If your mind is going and pick up a book. I have a book right here that I'm going to be finishing up. I kept saying before, I'm going to finish, but then I never did, and I went to another book, but I think I'm going to finish. This was from a man that I met a year ago. He was on the beach. I met him on the beach, and I would see him because he parked next to me just a little bit a ways though, and he was reading this book, and he was reading, and I saw him, he was meditating, and I had met him and stuff, whatever. And before that, right? And so one day I walked down, and I saw him meditating out there, like on the sand. He was just like, you know? So I was like, oh. So I walked over there without the doggy, because they were locked up. I went over there without the doggy, and I just sat down next to him, and I did the same thing. And it was nice. It took me a little bit longer to get through my thing. And then because he got up, he got up silently, and he went, and I was still, and then when I was good, I was good. And then we were talking, and then he's like, hey, I just finished the book. You can have that. This is called, The Practice of Being Aware Right Now, Every Day. Buddhism, plain and simple. So I know I'm at the end somewhere, so I didn't even put a marker in here, so I'm just going to have to find... Oh, wait. I just saw something in here that's underlined. Let's read it. I don't know. I think he did it. When we overlook the fact that we have the capacity to act as they do. I wonder why he underlined that. It is true, of course, that we human beings have done monstrous things, but none of us is anything other than human. Indeed, it is because we're human that we are capable of such monstrous actions. Ooh, I don't remember reading this, so I probably didn't get that far. If we don't realize this, that every sadistic murderer is human like us, then we overlook the fact that we have the capacity to act as they do. So basically what it's saying here, because even though I said read, you got to know what you're reading. You have to be able to comprehend. Reading just doesn't mean reading. It means comprehending too. It's a big part. So what this is saying here is that, everyone is human. Everyone is human. We all have the capacity to do what anyone can do. If a killer can go out there and kill, another person can go out there and kill too. If someone can go out there and heal themselves, get off of drugs and alcohol or whatever, improve their health, if someone out there can do it, another person can do it too. So what they're saying is we have the capacity to do anything. We just have to realize that. If you want to succeed, if you want to do well, know you can and go and do it. Simple as that. It's like lack mentality that prevents people from actually succeeding, because in the back of their mind, they're afraid. They're like, can I do this? Can I do it on my own? Can I really make, a change in my life? Yes, you can. But it starts with you and self-love. Because you don't want to be, trying to be that healer out here, trying to help everybody to your detriment. I did notice, for me, that, buying all these things and all these trinkets, I could have had a lot of extra money right now. But that was part of that addiction that was coming back from the past. But I just recently realized, I can't do that anymore. Instead, I will just invest in myself, right? So if I do make things, I will just keep them on the side, because maybe I can go to a farmer market or something and just sit there and, I don't know, but, we're all capable of doing whatever we want to succeed in life, The only thing I'll tell you about that, if you try to succeed in life by stepping on other people's toes or using or hurting anyone to get ahead, you will receive the karma for that. So make sure that whatever you do, it's with a pure heart, right? It's not because, I'm going to have this person here because they're going to benefit me in succeeding. No, you will receive karma for that. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be at 20. I'm going to end it here. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for February 13th, 2024. And I'll talk to you next time.